You are sacred love, yeah. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. I'm singing with the writer. I can't even believe this.
Blessed peace, ready?
You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place.
Deepest joy. Here we go, everybody sing.
You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place.
Once more, you are sacred love.
You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. He made a dream come true.
So let us center ourselves as we prepare for this beautiful service. If you will, take a moment to just let go, to relax into your chair, to close your eyes or lower your lids, and just be absolutely still. Be still. Know that God is fully present right here, for you to take a deep breath in. Hold it for 4 counts. And release it. Take another deep breath and allow yourself to move ever more deeply into that heavenly space that is within you and all around you. Breathe in. Release. As you turn in, allow your attention to be within. Notice the movement of your chest. Notice the air as it enters your nose. Feel it as it moves down into your body. Be still. Let go. Today and every day, I expect good. I anticipate meeting new friends. I joyously anticipate contacting new situations which will increase my livingness. My life is an adventure. I know that wonderful things are going to happen to me today. I know everything I do shall turn into good for myself and for others. Sit with these ideas for a few moments. Allow them to move into your heart, your mind, all that you are. And breathe. 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 And now allow yourself to return to this space. You may open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and be prepared for a beautiful service today. Thank you.
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Daisy. You're welcome. Use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, yeah, God and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, command my hands. What must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, he makes all things new. And God needs us, yes, to shine his light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. This is holy ground. We are standing on holy ground, and I know there are angels all around, so let us praise God now, praise God anyhow, for we are standing in God's presence on holy ground.
I invite you to join me here on the beach and recognize the unlimited intelligence that exists in this world and beyond. The intelligence that works and is behind all existence. Everything physical and non-physical. This intelligence works in my life, as me, through me. And as it works in my life, as me and through me, it works in each individual's lives, in reach of my voice and beyond. And this intelligence has one desire, a desire for each soul, each individual, to live their highest potential. A life filled with passion, life living out loud, a life that is filled with abundance and joy and happiness and love and oneness. This intelligence works. And this intelligence desires a life filled to the brim with everything imaginable. And I am grateful for the intelligence that works in my life and each individual's life in this existence. I am grateful for the law, and I release this unto the law, and so it is.
Did I even say good morning to you? I make it. Good morning. Beautiful family. I was taken away earlier. You guys, thanks for making my dreams come true. Really. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. Well, I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Yes. Well, now I can see if you are worried and you're struggling just to make it through one more day. Well, you've got to let it go, let it all go, yes. And this is what you have to say. I release, come on, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, I release, woo, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. 'Cause I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I don't believe you. I wanna be free, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. Come on, and my heart is open wide. Yes, yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Here we go. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free, oh, so free in the Spirit. Every time I come here, every day, woo! Yes, I'm only here for God. In our reverence and Daniel, they God.
Mighty powers and Dave, I'm minister here at Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living with my sister, Reverend Stacy Hilton, and Unity of Las Vegas is here. Lisa Lee. Jim is out there in the audience hanging out. Yes, thank you for being here. And if it's comfortable for you, please say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. And you know, I don't know if you're hugging, but ask permission, but just turn to a neighbor and say welcome.
Woo, yes! Of course. I'll tell you what. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit
Center for Spiritual Living. It doesn't matter, we're all family anyway. Hi, how'd you hear about us?
I was in the CB Center for 23 years.
Oh, wow.
And I just made it out here.
Dr. Jim Lockhart, that's what we know, and we know Steve Rambo also, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Hi. Oh, we know who you are. The one in front here. Hi. How'd you hear about us? Let everybody know.
So I heard about it from Chris in St. George. I'm moving up to Vegas from Phoenix, and I really enjoyed it.
She's from St. George, moving up here from Phoenix. What was your name again?
Katie.
Katie. Welcome, Katie. Thank you. Anyone online that's online for the first time, please put it in the comments. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you all for being here. It's a lot of stuff going on. And I think the announcements are going to come, right? Don and Kitty are going to come up with some announcements, but welcome and thank you for being here, and we're just happy to see you all. You look fabulous.
So do you.
You know, there is, I know you're here for Daniel, and Daniel is here. Hi, Daniel. However, the concert will not take place this afternoon, but we still have potluck, and we still are together. And he has an emergency that will prevent him from continuing with the concert, but it's all good. Okay. So if you need to talk to me about your ticket or anything, just do that after service. Thank you.
No worries, we're gonna get him back.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well, the announcements for Science of Mind, Centers for Spiritual Living, are that we are still having a raffle today for all the wonderful services that you see in the boxes in the happenings table. And just letting you know, this is the very last day to buy those tickets, and you must buy them directly after service because the bookstore is only going to be open before the potluck. So you can't buy them afterwards, and they're going to be announcing the winners next Sunday. So it'd be a really good idea if you were here. However, if you're not, you'll still win if you win. But it would be wonderful if you could hear and actually be right here and get them. Okay. So it's time to join our practitioners on Wednesday nights, starting the first Wednesday, which is next Wednesday. Our practitioners have our midweek inspiration at 6 p.m. on Zoom, and we're having such a great time with this. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just 45 minutes. We have meditation, prayer, and discussion with the book, Living the Science of Mind. So please join with us at 6 p.m. a week from Wednesday. The chair yoga is going to be starting again next Tuesday. I'll get it. Next Tuesday at 11:30 right here, chair yoga. The day after Labor Day. The day after Labor Day. Right. Week. Yeah, it's next Tuesday. Not to you. Well, it's still coming, whether we like it or not. It's going to be September on the 1st of Friday. Okay. The Healing Words Book Club is reading the book Poverty by America by Matthew Desmond, and they will be meeting the very last Wednesday of the month at 4 p.m. on Zoom to discuss that. There will be no meeting this month. And if you have any prayers that you would like us to do and need prayer support, please let us know. Send your prayers to prayer@LVCSL.org or text 702-524-7096. We love to pray here, so please get those prayers to us. And be sure to stop by the bookstore, as I mentioned, before the potluck to get those tickets, because there are so many amazing things that you can get there. $5 for one ticket, and 5 for 20, and 10 for 40. Okay? So keep buying those tickets, okay? All right, and then just follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit our website. And everybody, let's have a fabulous rest of the day. And here's Don.
Good morning. As mentioned, I'm John Fouts. I'm part of the leadership team of Unity of Las Vegas. And I was going to open this with, who's been to a David Matthews concert? All right? That's what Daniel reminds me of, the energy of the spiritual music. This service is going to be fantastic. Our love for you, sir, in whatever your challenge is. we hold you in that light. And so we will continue. I do these as a thank you and invitations. The first and the greatest thank you is to the spirit of our reverends, Stacy and Cheryl and Lisa and Jim. There's a collaboration that invited us to come together that is bigger than ego and intellect, and we are so blessed. We are so blessed. And so for our unity events, and the other thing that I like about when we do come together, and it's not very often as a congregation, is the invitations that you gave to us is for everybody. There are classes that CSL does that will transform all of us, and there are support items that we hold that support all of us. And so you're invited to any of these. So if you need prayer, we have prayer requests on Tuesdays. We come together, the leadership team, and we pray over those prayer requests. In addition, we pray for the center, we pray for our chaotic world. No, that's a bad affirmation. We pray and affirm the oneness of all humanity. And our support group, this is the Course in Miracles. You are invited to join a group that lives in Miracle Mind. There's an angelic sense that when you go there, the downloads of goodness and love are in this group. So 5:30 on Monday, we come here live on Zoom at 6 o'clock. You can get the invitation to the Zoom link on our website, and it is a delightful time. And then on Wednesdays, we have a midweek inspiration. And this is at 1 o'clock. It's Zoom only. We dive deeper into the special word, the special reading, the in-depth of what the message is for Sunday. And because it is, there's a saying that says, put yourself in the places where God can't miss you. And so at 1 o'clock may not work for everybody, but there's another midweek inspiration that CSL has on Wednesdays. And so anyway, you're invited. And finally, this is so interesting. Reverend Jim Lee has been absent from our congregation for the last 4 months, doing sabbatical in Mexico and really kicking his heels up on the spiritual journey. And so he's speaking next Sunday. And this word, I have to read it because it's difficult. Transmogrification. And next Sunday, you are invited to join us as we choose to be living thresholds of love, portals of the divine, abiding in the heat of transmogrific, I can't even say it. As love actualizes herself in three-dimensional expression, together we emerge in the radiance of our next highest evolution, whispering secrets of rebirth to a waiting world. Sounds pretty exciting. Or as Jim said, we are turning frogs into prince and princesses. Thank you so much. There is one more thing, since we don't have a slide for it. We have an Enneagram coming up with Enneagram of Las Vegas. It's a three Saturdays beginning the 16th of September. We'll have signups. Enneagram for me is the recognition that loving our neighbors is possible. We don't understand everybody that isn't quite like us. Enneagram brings that understanding, and it is very transformative. So, thank you.
Open mic.
the opening mic listening room's coming up? The second Friday in September? Yeah? All right. Be there or be square as poets and musicians come up on stage and bring us their divine skills.
See me if you're interested.
And that's at 7 o'clock.
Oh,
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, Don. That transmo word, that's something. Good for you. Glad I didn't have to say that. It's transmo for me. So I have the pleasure of introducing this man that needs no introduction. We all know his music. All of us that are familiar with New Thought. He is just a beautiful, beautiful, talented and gifted musician, song artist, and just one of my favorite people. He just is amazing. So
The feeling's mutual.
please welcome Mr. Daniel Nahmod.
The subject of today is living out loud, and technically it's what I do for a living. So here we go. For every hill there is a valley. For every winter, the promise of spring. For your heartache, there will be healing, though it's not easy remembering. For every tear, there's comfort, I promise. For every midnight, the deep breath of dawn. But in the darkness, no one can blame us for wondering how everything went so wrong. For wondering when the lights will come back on. What if the sky is always blue? Just beyond the clouds. What if the only thing to do is live this life out loud? 'Cause it's gonna hurt sometimes, no matter what we do. So never mind the doubts, just beyond our view. I believe the sky is always blue. Here we go again. The headlines are screaming fear and division, diminished returns. But even in these dark days, let's keep on believing that the sun still brightly burns. Maybe that's what we are here to learn. What if the sky is always blue? Just beyond the clouds. What if this is only an illusion? We can live this life right now. 'Cause it's gonna hurt sometimes, no matter never mind the doubts. Forget about those clouds. 'Cause just beyond our view, I believe the sky is always blue. Do you ever feel but try to ignore something real, something more? Well, your secret's safe, but by the way, I feed it too. So this is me, I've got to go, I've got no plan, I've just got to know what's calling me, 'cause I believe it's something true, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm gonna find it. It's just a matter of time, yeah. And when I do, I promise you it's gonna be real. I've never been the kind of guy to stride the stage, to own the night. I'd rather hide, I'd sooner ride along than drive. But in my dreams, how sweet it feels. The red turns green, hands on the wheel. The road is mine. It's finally time to bring on the light, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm gonna find it. It's just a matter of time, yeah. And when I do, I promise you it's gonna be real. Smiling at strangers, passing time, and I still alive. Or staring down danger in overtime. What destiny is mine? I'm gonna find it. Gonna find it. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm gonna find it. It's just a matter of time, yeah. And when I do, I swear to you, it's gonna be real. Gonna hold it in my hand, gonna taste it on my tongue. Gonna shout it to the world, gonna tell them what I've done, yeah. Gonna see it with my eyes, gonna carry it in my arms. feel it in my heart. I'm not ragging on my mom for saying it, but it is sort of funny that when I got my first job out of college, at the time I was pretending to be a computer programmer, and my mom's advice to me on my way out the door on my first day of work was, keep your mouth shut, do a good job, and come home. Let's see, strike one. No, I'm kidding. The keep your mouth shut part, yeah, that was not gonna work. I mean, let's just say, for the 6 years that I did that pretending, I was the guy who was always whistling or humming in his cubicle and seemed to mysteriously come in late and leave early every day. And is that a guitar that he brought with him on the train? That was me. So living out loud is, it means a lot of different things. For example, you may yourself have been told, keep your mouth shut, do a good job, and go home. Right? And inside you may have thought, there are introverts in the world, my wife is an introvert. You may have thought, that's fine by me, right? Or you thought, I don't want to keep my mouth shut. I want to sing, I want to speak, I want to lead, I want to start a company, I want to lead a congregation, I want to write a book, I want to go on a book tour, whatever it is. So keep your mouth shut. That's not good advice for everybody. And living out loud, of course, is daring to be heard. And daring to be heard means risking not being heard, being misheard. I just heard, it's not funny at all, but it is just kind of an astute and painful observation that George Carlin, one of my favorite comedians, I like comedians. George Carlin was one of the smartest and funniest. And he made an observation once. He said, think about the people who have been, he said, assassinate is such an interesting word. Think about the people who have been assassinated. And he listed Bobby Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Jesus, Jesus, Gandhi. He's like, what do they have in common? They all spoke out for peace and tolerance. So, in case you're wondering, in a practical sense, is it sometimes dangerous to live out loud? Yeah, it is. It surely is. You're not imagining it. I mean, if you think about what every plant does when it's under stress. It finds the sun. There are trees in, sorry, I free associate, and I want to get back to more music. But there are trees in Utah. Some of you know my water songs. I'll sing one right now, I think, actually. But those songs were written in Moab, Utah, Red Rock Country in Utah, where there's very little rain. The fact that I wrote an album called Water, by the way, was mysterious to everybody except the park rangers in Moab, in Arches National Park and Canyonlands. They understood that I spent 3 months there, and they understood that I was sensing and feeling the impact of, the impression of, the memory of the water that had been there. And not just once, it had been there hundreds, thousands of times. It is high desert, dry as Las Vegas, but it has been in the past, it's thought, something like 1,000 oceans. Oceans, not lakes, oceans, over billions of years. Water has come in and receded, come in and receded. The canyons are carved one drop at a time, one flake of snow at a time, one freezing and thaw at a time. That's how it happens. So the place is, saturated with water, and the story of water and the impact of water, even though you can't see it. And it's unusual for me, but I've actually completely lost my train of thought of what I was telling you all. No, it is unusual. I've gotten better at this. Like, I used to lead myself down 6 free associations and never come back. Why was I telling you about water and the
Assassination.
yes. Yeah, but why would, oh, yes. That's right, self-protection, thank you. Oh, that would have killed me and you, probably. So there are trees in that area that are some of the oldest living things on Earth, okay? Juniper tree, there are trees, I'm not a botanist, so I'm not gonna pretend, but there are trees there that are dated, into the Greek and Roman eras, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years old. And of course, they are barely eking out a living, one drop of water at a time. It almost never rains on them. They barely get by. But how do they get by? One of the most interesting things about how they survive for thousands of years is when times are tough, when resources are especially scarce, they close in on themselves. They actually will sacrifice half of themselves to save one branch. And you'll walk by and you're like, man, that thing is on its last legs. But no, it's actually adapted and protected its life force by cutting off all life. Like, it looks dead, but there's one little sprig and it's not an accident. It knows what it's doing. So everything covers up from hurt, everything. Every living thing, because life wants to live. Simple. So you and I want to live. So we know when we speak out that we can get hurt. And so, because we are sometimes rational beings, we cover up. We put on a suit of armor, one kind or another. Sometimes the suit of armor is hostility. Sometimes the suit of armor is false cockiness or malevolence or control. We've seen it certainly recently politically. What a macho man does, but when it's in fact all an act to protect and cover up a scared and sad and hurt person. It is. It's all defense. That doesn't make it okay, but it's all defense. You and I know what it means to defend ourselves. We hire a security firm to guard our front door, or we wear a certain kind of clothing in a certain kind of weather, or we take vitamins to protect ourselves from viruses and so on. We play a game of defense. The question becomes, when are we being too careful? When are we too guarded? When is the time that you live out loud and take your best shot and take their best shots in return? That's a decision point. Some people never do, and I don't judge that for a second. I understand. Because another subject is how hurt every one of us is at some point in our lives. Whether we remember it or not, whether we speak it out loud or not, we are all, sadly, raised by humans. So we're kind of screwed from the get-go. Right? We are wounded and imperfect. We don't always understand how we feel, what we like, what we're into, or why. We don't understand why our parents respond a certain way, or why we're allowed to do this and not allowed to do that, and why this feeling is supposedly bad, and we get shamed, or we get bullied, or we get insulted, or we just get a little bit disappointed here and there. It all layers into a life that is complicated. And thus, again, we cover up, because it makes sense to. So when do you dare to unzip the Kevlar vest and say, here I am? You don't have to. There's no judge or jury. The only question is whether you feel fully alive. The only question is whether you're saying what's true for you. The only question is whether you're creating the art you actually want to create, whether you're building the life you actually want to build. I'm watching this show called Physical on Apple. It's a fascinating show. Ostensibly, it's about a woman who starts a video exercise aerobics craze in the 80s, okay? But that's not what it's about at all. At least a large part of what it's about to me is that she is married to a man who does not know his wife at all. Everything she does, thinks, and feels and wants, everything that's going on inside her, she keeps from him. She guards it all away from him. And she's not necessarily wrong to do it. We've also known those relationships. You don't want to tell them how you feel. It's not going to go well. We know how that goes too. Again, it's all, nothing about this, nothing about it, nothing about protecting yourself is irrational. It's only a question of when you decide it's costing you too much. When does it get too expensive to hide that you're gay? To hide that you're atheist? To hide that you don't want to be married anymore? To hide that you have never wanted to be an accountant? When? Right? When does it get too expensive for you? How much lost sleep, how much ulcer, how much lost, in my case, hair, although it's not happening from anxiety, it's just happening, you know. How much are you willing to pay to stay safe? Right? We all pay, and we're not wrong to. This is an individual question. When are you prepared to live out loud? And how out loud are you prepared to live? Here's a song I wasn't meant to write. Waited till I lived 2,000 miles away from my family to start writing it. There's one power, invisible, and just see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and just speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. We'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit or Jesus or Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or Heaven's Door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, yeah. One power's what we are. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that's most deep. It's one power. Oh, what we are is one. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and So here's the story. The story is my family's having a kind of an emergency. That's why I have to cancel a concert. I'm very sad to cancel a concert, and I'm sorry. However, I had an idea in the back while you two ladies were up there making me smile like you always do, which is why don't we reschedule the concert for an evening? We'll just move the concert. If you want to have a weekend event, I'll drive back Friday night or a Saturday night if I don't have a Sunday morning, or we do another Sunday morning. But if it's not a Saturday night, I'll come back. Let's do a concert. I could probably even come on a Sunday. I don't know what the drive is like on a Sunday afternoon. It's probably bad. Don't do that.
Coming this way is not bad.
Coming this way is not bad on Sunday? Okay, so we could even do a Sunday early evening or a Friday evening. Let's schedule, if you want, we'll do a makeup concert in the next couple of months. I'm in, okay? It was just, thank you. And thank you for understanding. It's just a huge difference between me getting home in a few hours and me getting home at like 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock at night today. This is a day when I need to be home with my family. So, thank you for understanding. The second thing is the concert. The third thing is this service is long. I hope that's okay. I'm trying. I said more than I meant to say, but I also want to sing you a couple more songs because I don't get to sing for you at a concert later. So I have, if you're okay with a couple more songs. So I don't know if I. Sorry, I'll jump in the mic for the people watching streaming. I don't know if I did this song last time I was here. The new album was either brand new or wasn't even out yet. It might have been just out. But this is you have a track for this. This is a song, talk about living out loud. Don't think it hasn't occurred to me over the years that the song One Power picks a fight. See, when I say I waited till I was 2,000 miles away from my family to write that song, Danny always felt that way. But I grew up in a traditional religious home. My family happened to be Jewish, but whatever religion you grew up in, you know what I'm talking about. One power is not how any particular religion feels. A religion has rules, boundaries, walls around it. Agree or don't agree, in or out. And One Power doesn't say that. One Power says something I've always felt, which is, if you're nice, I don't care what religion you are. And if you're not nice, I don't care what religion you are. So, therefore, draw your own conclusions. But I have been asked not to sing One Power in some places. I've sung in some fundamentalist churches. I pride myself. My record label is called Humanity Music. I sing songs for humanity, but I'm aware that not every line I write in every song goes well over, with everybody. And One Power is one of those songs. It is. It's not. I'm not going to be grandiose and say it's dangerous for me to sing that song, but it's not a song that wouldn't attract some vitriol in some places. It just would. It has. So again, living out loud is a real choice, and you're not wrong to choose not to, or to moderate it. And this song could be considered controversial too. Ironically, even though it's about the opposite of being controversial. It's a song written in the midst of what was, if you recall, maybe you don't want to, maybe you blocked it out, which I support you in doing that. But if you remember how awful the atmosphere was during the last presidential election, how scared people were, and angry and divided. I don't care what side of whatever you were on. It was unpleasant. And I wrote this little song. And my friend Nemo, who's a rapper and a very talented guy, he happened to be over and heard me working on this song at my house. And he said, I like that. I'm like, well, if you like it, write a rap for it. And it became a duet. And that is the song I want to do for you before so what I'd like to do is, if it's okay with you, do this song and do one more. And if you can squeeze one more song in during the offering, then you've heard at least a fair number of songs. Is that okay? If it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a long service, but I'd like to give more rather than less. I apologize if you were really planning on getting out of here. And I personally won't be hurt if you, one more thing. When they take an offering, just know, this is sincere, when they take an offering, just know, I was brought in to sing a service in a concert. It's not free to bring me in. I have to support my family. So if you are inclined to add $5 or $10 to it, that's just a vote. It doesn't go to me. It's just a vote for yes, for the investment and the inherent risk of spending extra money to bring in somebody from a few hundred miles away to sing songs. It supports this community. It supports their faith in you and in me and in this room. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just an ask. I'm just going to say it. Okay, that's all. So this song called Middle Ground. Here we go. You can crank this one out, man. There's a left and a right. Nobody ever seems to unmake up their mind and find the in-between. It's an endless fight. Nobody can agree. Well, maybe it's time that you and I should meet in the middle ground. Gonna find it. Turn it up more. Yeah, the middle ground. Gonna find it. In the middle ground, where I wanna be, but nobody sees what I wanna see. So I gotta leave what I'm trying to dream, cause everybody says Nemo got no practicality. So I'm backing down the beat, little humble in my plea. We don't see eye to eye, but that don't mean that you are mean. What I'm really trying to say is what I really mean. No matter what our difference is, that I believe we'll meet in the middle ground. Gonna find it. Yeah, in the middle ground. I've been thinking of a simple place that we can meet. A place that we can be, a place that we can dream. And I know you've been thinking of the same thing just like me. So why don't we just stop for a beat in the middle ground? Does anyone know how to get there? Or have I lost my mind? Should I just let go and not care? Or do I dare to find the middle ground? There's a left and a right. Everyone's tempted to say the world is black and white when there's a million shades of gray.
Everybody's got their differences, but we can still be listening. We don't have to be missing out, creating so much dissonance. We are brothers and sisters, no matter what your position is. Divided, we will fall together, we will make a difference.
So what if a compromise is the answer that we seek? It's the middle ground.
Oh yeah.
United we United we stand, divided we fall now. Together we can make a difference in the middle ground. A simple place that we can meet, a place that we can be, a place that we can dream. And I know you've been thinking of the same things just like me. So why don't we just stop for a beat in the middle ground, middle ground, middle ground. Yeah, a place that we can be, a place that we can dream. And I know you've been thinking of the same things just like me. So why don't we just stop for a beat in the middle ground? If this is my last song, if this is my final day, if tomorrow I'll be gone, what do I wanna say? If this is my last song, if it's my time to go, when my body's moved on, what will I have to show? Oh, but fortune and fame, they scatter to end. The things that make a name just don't matter in the end. But is the world a little more peaceful? Oceans and skies a little more blue? Is humankind a little bit wiser about the good that we can do? Does the sun shine a little bit brighter where before there was only rain? If so, then I'm glad I came. These are my last words for all of the earth to hear. If all that I have ever been is about to disappear, if these are my last words, there's nothing that I need to say. I have only tried to serve. It's never been about talking anyway. So much hurt there is to heal, it's hard to understand. All I can hope to feel is that I am doing what I can. Is the world a little more peaceful? Oceans and skies a little more blue? Is humankind a little bit wiser about the good that we can do? Does the sun shine a little bit brighter where before there was only rain? If so, then I'm glad I came. Have I given hope to the hopeless? Has a hungry soul been fed?
waving their hands in the air like they just don't care. Come on. Yes, but I was trying to wait for the ushers to get all situated and stuff. And the envelope's in hand. Hi, there's a hand there. Give her an envelope. Awesome. You know, if you take your gift in your hand, there's more hands. More hands in the air. I'm not singing. That was an accident.
It happens.
Forget you heard that. If you would take your gift in your hand and say the affirmation that's on the screen with us, that would be great. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all so much for your gifts and your love.
And before I do, a couple of quick, I'm gonna be very quick. One is, I still do live shows on Facebook every Monday night. You're invited. 6 o'clock on Facebook Live on USA. Every week is different. Every week is fun. One way or another, you're invited. That's all. Second thing is procrastination group. I'm calling it the accountability group, and I'm not going to go into the details of it, but if you have something that's been haunting your dreams or your waking hours that you just have not been able to get done for weeks or years, and you could use not a judge and jury, not a supervisor, but basic, simple accountability on your calendar. My website and look it up. It starts on Tuesday. So I've never done it before, but it should be interesting, and I'm looking forward to getting some things done that have been on my to-do list since 1998. Flash drive is, don't ask me, you don't want it. Because I've sold too many doorstops already in my life. But if you know what a USB flash drive is, it's 14 albums on one little card, and including lyrics, and it's all my inspirational music in one collection, the newest album too. Then I have you could download an individual album, and then I have CDs. And then lastly, I have added woodworking to what has never been any spare time. If you've ever been an entrepreneur, you know you're never actually done working, ever. Jude sometimes says, "Daddy, are you done working?" I say, "Jude, never." To be honest, never. As an artist for sure, and as an entrepreneur for sure. But anyway, I do woodworking, and I've done it around the house a lot. And just in the last 9 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, not even a year, I've been making some boxes out of exotic wood. They're very, very time-consuming and real labors of love. And so that's why there's objects of wood on the table. So you got silver, wood, and music on the table. And if you're interested in any of the above, I'll be back there before I drive home. And that is all I have to say. So thank you for having me. And by the way, I didn't mean to neglect to thank CSL for having me. I've actually sung for the CSL in Las Vegas. It's been a long time, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Years and years ago, it was a lovely community to sing for. So those of you who are from that group, I'm so glad to sing for you again. Sincerely, it's been a long time. I mean Unity. CSL. Yes. So thank you. Yeah, I meant Unity. Yeah, CSL. Sorry, wires crossed. But thank you to both groups for coming. That's really special to come together in a room. I know it means a lot to the ministers, all ministers, right? Because it's the whole point. coming together is it's like the slogan. You know what I mean? It's like the subtext of every talk and every song, you know what I mean? Coming together. So it's special when it happens, so I really appreciate you doing that today. That means a lot. Okay, so this is one more song. Some of you have heard it, some of you are about to worry about me. This is a song that's unlike anything I've ever written, but you want to talk about living up. Oh God, this mic, yeah. It's the mic. It's the wire or something. Let's switch. Let's do that. The piano is saying no. Anyway, so anyway, this is a song. This is my entire 25 years of making music for a living has been about doing my best to live out loud, to resist the urge to clam up or just play it safe, and to try to make a difference, even in the face of all available evidence that I'm not making a difference. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to feel like you're making a difference when you read the news, and it's hard. It's hard to stay open and vulnerable and to care, to dare to care, you know? So I dare myself to care all the time. I don't always succeed, not even close. But what do I do for a living? I live out loud as best I can. And this is a song that sums it up in a way I never have before. It also pays some credit to some people who inspired me to do what I do the way I do it. And it harks back to my ancestors, Holocaust surviving ancestors, who were heartbroken their whole lives and dreamed themselves of a world where people came together organically and stayed together rather than lifted these kind of arms instead of these kind of arms, you know. These are the ABCs of me. So here we go, one more song. Thank you again. Thanks for being patient with me today and so kind about it. And here we go. You can crank this one way loud. I could sing about mistakes I've made, broken hearts and broken wings. I could sing about my aches and pains and the one that got away. But it seems to me the world has its hurts to spare. Shadows are everywhere. I decided I've cried enough. There's plenty of songs about tough luck. I'm gonna sing about love. Gonna sing about love and lift somebody up instead of talking about tough luck. I can't deny I still dream about the glory, the Grammy, the gold. I cannot lie, I still wish sometimes my eyes and my heart would close. But it seems to me my family escaped the war and they never sang anymore. They lost everything they had, and if a song is all I can give back, I'm gonna sing about love. I'm gonna sing about love and lift somebody up. I'm gonna sing about love instead of talking about tough luck. Whoa, no more tough luck. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Gonna take my cue from the few folks I look up to. I'm gonna sing about love. Stevie Wonder sings in the key of life. Bobby McFerrin said, "Be happy, it'll be alright." Marvin Gaye showed the way to what's going on. It's a wonderful world thanks to Louis Armstrong. Soul Asylum saved those runaway kids. John Lennon just imagined and the whole world did. John Denver took a skyward Tina Turner to the sea. Stevie Wonder to a higher love. John Legend, the comet of freedom. Pete Seeger's gonna overcome. Bob Marley just smiled at the rising sun. Eminem will lose himself before the moment's gone. Miss Jackson knows the knowledge is what we want. Gloria Gaynor maintained that we're gonna survive. Tim McGraw wants us to live like we are done. Aretha got R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Admit from a distance the whole world we see. Tom Petty, Free Falls, Leanne Hopes began. Josh Grover raises up if we're hurting. R.E.M. understands. Irving E. blessed the USA. And Morrison ushered in a knows we're beautiful. Christina does too. Rihanna sees us shining like a diamond. We keep walking like a Foo Fighters. What the hell about what can be said? Miley is a climber, Andy Grammer keeps his head up. Bill Withers, we can lean on him. Natasha's on the rhythm, Taylor Swift shakes it off again. Lady Gaga was born this way. Jason Mraz truly got to be our friend today. The Black Eyed Peas wonder where is the love that's ready gotta be. Journey never stop believing in us. Simon over troubled water made a bridge. Uncle John lit a candle for Diana, he did. It's the same love. Macklemore was moved to pray. Nancy made a rainbow with an ukulele. James Brown out proud. Bruce Harvey laid it out the way it is. Queen made us into champions. You too, Dr. King. The power of one. Sam Cooke made you know change is gonna come. Peter Gabriel ain't giving up on us. Just we are the world. Save lives. No star they couldn't get. Irene Cara, what I'm feeling alive. Pharrell made us happy. Katy Perry lit a firework in the sky. Carol King, we've got a friend. Switchfoot there is all the move again. Paul McCartney's words of wisdom were to let it be. And the weight of the world was taken off by Aloe Black and Avicii. So what do I do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sing about love. We'll sing about love. To lift somebody up. Instead of talking about tough love, I'm gonna sing about love.
All right, now the practitioners to please around the room. Yes. As Reverend Stacy's going to give us our closing prayer. No? Oh, okay. We're going to do a chamber prayer, sorry. All right. Speaking of Reverend Stacy, she has a birthday coming up, but we're going to go bowling the day after her birthday, which is on the 7th of September. So we're going to have a good time. There's a sign-up sheet in the grand hallway.
All right, so Daniel, you certainly brought the passion and the love, and you raised me up. So, thank you for coming back. Thank you for being here today. You are phenomenal. And so these beautiful practitioners and ministers, we're going to pray you home safely and hold your family in prayer. All right, so let's do this.
Don't believe in that one power, one presence, that one life, that which is peace, love, joy, abundance, and order. I know that I'm one with that, because I'm one with Daniel, I'm one with each and every person in this room, I'm one with each of us, light, each of us, abundance, each of us, peace. What I know right here, right now, is that Daniel lives his life out loud. And so each of every person in his family, I know all their saying, all their guided, guarded, protected, to do that which is perfect. The Spirit is around each one of them. I know that his right one is safe, that he is peaceful, that he connects with himself and his higher self to know what next steps are. That's what I'm grateful for this time together. And for all of the love and the spirit and the energy that brought him to this place and brought all of you beautiful people here. I know that this is a great day and one of my questions to release this prayer to that universal law which all persons, yes, it is done. It's one of love. I believe it with my whole heart. I believe it. Let it burn and let it be. And so the truth has been revealed this day. And in God's perfect way, all has been healed. So I say amen.
And so it is. Amen. So it is. If you would, let's stand and sing our peace song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and love begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we.
Something wonderful is happening tonight.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Join us for potluck.